Welcome back, you degenerates, to a very, very sad day in my co-host's life. As you can see, he's got a bag over his head. Mr. 1-3, Mr. Season is over. How are you? Silence. Mr. Joe Green, how you doing today?
Can't complain.
Yeah? Better than Mike?
I think so, although I lost every fantasy league and the Raiders lost. I don't think I'm doing as bad as Mike right now.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for both of you, I won. I'm the only one in this room that has a winning record in the Listener League. You guys had the shit bowl. Both of you lost. Don't look at me with that bag on your face. But we have a big show. So, let's get into it, Mike. Let's cut the music. We have a caller for you. We have somebody who wants to talk to you. Let's see how well this sounds.
This is testing this for the first time.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for having me. First time, long time. I just want to say a few things off the top of my noggin, just to get our free chest. I'm here to spread love and passion and sportsmanship. But this is not the case right now. Mike couldn't even get 8 points from the number 2 wide receiver, Mike Williams, and the number 1 kicker, Carlson. Hate to see it.
Not the number 1 kicker.
This is what happens when you talk crap before the game. The juju gods see this, and this is what they do to you. So I'm glad your season's over. I'm glad you lost to apparently the worst fantasy football manager we have in our league.
It's facts.
Hashtag not true.
Other than Jared.
But yeah, really hate to see it. Mike's a fucking clown. He deserves this L. And yeah, so that's all I really have to say. And I'm gonna be going to bed at night sleeping good, knowing Mike's season's over. I'll shed 1 tear for him.
One tear?
Wah,
Wah, wah, wah. What the fuck?
So just to provide context, that's our friend Jesse. Jesse and Mike have a nice rivalry. A lot of shit talking going on.
Going back well over a decade.
Decade.
Well over a decade.
We're in diapers.
Mike lost in the most heartbreaking fashion ever. 3 points from Daniel Carson and Mike Williams. Only needed an 8.
I needed 8 points.
If it makes you feel better, I lost in the same fashion last night.
It's not the same.
Yeah, no, I lost in Dynasty. I needed 6 points, and I didn't
But
get
did you
it.
have the second-rated wide receiver on your team?
Yeah, Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah, Mike Williams?
Yeah. It's brutal. But not as brutal as losing to my closest friend for my whole life. Yeah, you just hate to see it. You even made it better, that whole clip. I had no idea Mike was showing up with a bag over his head that says season over.
I provide content. All right?
It's great.
It's tough. What would your advice be to anyone who's 1-3, 0-4 right now?
Don't listen to Mo Watts. But besides that, just ruin everyone's life. That's basically it.
No, if you're 1-3, there's still plenty of time. If
There
you're
is
0-4,
time.
it's
It
tight.
depends. It depends on your division, to be honest.
Yeah. If you're 1-3, you just need to get a win this week. Do whatever you have to do. Get it done.
If your leader in your division is 4-0, 0 shot.
Yeah.
0 shot.
Zero
You're still
shot.
wild cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can still make it.
All right, let's put it this way. You think Jay has a shot at making the playoffs?
Well, no, but that's different. He's
That's
just
because
bad
it's
at
Jay.
fantasy football and he doesn't listen to us.
Well, if you're 0-4, chances are you're not very good at fantasy football. You probably don't listen to us.
If you're 1-4,
Get
you're
unlucky.
1-3. You're probably not very good at fantasy football either. But
Oh,
no.
well, I
Whoa,
mean,
whoa.
I mean,
Shitting on yourself here.
yeah, I mean,
I deserve it.
really shitting on all of us. I'm 1-3 in one league.
You know what's sad is when I have a bad day and Urban Meyer has a bad day, but his bad day is still with a girl on top of him. So I mean, it's still positive.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say that he had a bad day.
Exactly.
I think he had a better day than you.
Exactly.
A nice Friday night out at the Urban Meyer.
I couldn't even go to
Meyer
sleep
bar?
last night. It's the worst day. It had to be a Monday night game.
Yeah, you and Urban Meyer had something in common. Both slept on the couch the next day.
Yikes.
Wife doesn't allow losers in the bed.
Absolutely not.
Oh.
I mean, I feel bad for Mike. I do.
I
don't
I shouldn't have
whatsoever.
lost. I shouldn't have lost.
No, you shouldn't have. And I told you to sit your kicker. You didn't want to listen to me.
It wouldn't have mattered. My kicker would have won it.
It's all about the juju, Mike. It's all about the juju. I'm hot. I'm telling you what to do. You're not listening to me. Okay. Let's move on. Do you think Urban Meyer's apology was sincere?
Yeah, to go into USC in a couple weeks.
Do you think his play? Further, I have a better question. Do you think his players gave a slightest fuck about what he was doing?
No, I think the owner cares.
Yeah, but he had to go and apologize to the players in a meeting. Like, the players don't care. The players are probably asking for that bitch's number.
Well, it's not that they care. It's the fact that they know he doesn't care about everything else. That's the true facts.
Michael Silver reported that the players laughed after he left the locker room. So
they've been laughing every time he's left the locker room since he joined the team.
He's gonna lose against the Jets, and then
he's gonna get fired.
He's getting fired and going to USC. Fired. I promise you.
Is that who they play this week? The Jets?
Yeah. London Bowl.
No, that's the Falcons.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Jets. Oh, I'm all
Jets can get 3 wins this year.
They could.
That's wild.
The Jazz playing them.
Let's get into some injuries. Big injury week. First up, probably most important, most detrimental to most people's teams. David Montgomery is now officially out 4 to 5 weeks with a sprained knee injury. First it was week to week. Now it's officially 4 to 5.
4 to 5.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
Bang. Bang. Teddy Bridgewater, concussion protocol. Drew Lock came in. He didn't look very good. So Teddy B didn't look very good either. So just keep an eye on that. Jimmy G, calf injury. He should be back this week.
Allegedly.
I
doubt it.
They said the calf injury wasn't as bad as it looked.
It's a little questionable of an injury if you don't ask.
Be honest, I didn't see him limping on that sideline. Didn't see him limping at all.
Shout out to other Jesse for giving me a free $50.
Yeah. Speaking of the free $50, DK Metcalf foot injury. I wrote this down because you should monitor it because they do play on Thursday. Something to look out for.
He had the same thing last week.
Yep.
I believe.
Joe Mixon is day to day, aka week to week, aka month to month with how much information Zach Thomas gives out. He said week to week last year. Last night when I wrote the waiver article, it said day to day. So I didn't add some P run to it. Then I wake up this morning, it says week to week.
Mm-hmm.
He did this last year, week to week, wound up being 10 weeks.
I don't know why it's Perriman, though, whatever his name is.
P-Ryan.
Over Evans. I think it's going to be
It's
Evans.
just so funny because I mentioned Evans last week, but I actually cut it because it mentioned something I didn't want to put on the podcast. But I really like Chris Evans. I know him really well.
Oh, you know him well?
I met him. He's a really nice kid.
He's going to be a starter.
He's good. He's slow, but he's shifty.
Wow.
I mean, he is. It's just there's no doubt.
But he's a
about it.
nice guy. So.
What's his
He's a nice
40?
guy.
Can I race him?
Definitely not good.
Can I race him?
You could try.
Listen, if he's shifty, that's all that matters.
If you know him, can we get a 40 on the podcast?
I wish.
All right.
That could be some content. My first Chris Evans 40. Oh, that'd be funny. Next up,
Pro fantasy player versus.
I got Big Ben. I'll put my money at Big Ben.
0 shot.
Next up, Will Fuller hits the injury list. Shocked? I'm not.
It doesn't matter.
Broken finger. He's week to week. Next up, this one personally hurt my team. Mr. Logan Thomas, hamstring injury, week to week. He's probably going to be out 3 to 4 weeks.
Sad to see it.
Hamstrings are just the worst, man. And you're just fucked for the rest of the year too. Like it takes like 6 weeks for those guys to get back.
Yep. With all that being said, Mike, who is your number one waiver wire pickup this week?
I would still be Damien Williams.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're playing the long ball, Kenneth Gainwell, easily. I kind of like Tony, too.
Complete a sentence here.
If you're playing the long game, Kenneth Gainwell. If you're playing short, Damien Williams.
I do agree. I will say that I didn't think that David Montgomery injury was 4 to 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put Damien Williams, who apparently might not even play. He got banged up in the
toe injury.
Mm-hmm.
Turf toe?
I don't know if it's turf toe. I'll double check, but I'm pretty positive it's toe injury. I don't even know.
They just have.
They don't even have Tariq Cohen. He's out too.
No, they have the kid Herbert.
Yes.
I forgot his first name. Herbert. Who's very bad. He makes Chris Evans look fast. Apparently. I do agree. I sent you a trade off for Kenneth Gainwell.
I'll accept.
Yeah.
I won't even argue.
I do love Kenneth Gainwell. I told everybody to pick him up to draft him at very end of the draft. Told you guys it's going to be this year's Antonio Gibson. great pass catching back who probably won't get all the pass catching work.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Now we have that big. It comes down to how bad the Eagles are week to week.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they're winning, Miles Sanders will be out there more. But if they're down, it's Kenneth Gainwell's show.
I would like a couple more rushes per game, but
yeah,
that's just me.
I mean, he's tied for third in targets on the team.
Yep, passing down.
Sanders had still outsnapped him 47 to I think it was 24, but again, one was way more productive than the other.
Miles Sanders currently has 3 more carries than Jalen Hurts does. It's not good. With those 3 more carries, he has 57 less yards than Hurts.
Well, Hurts
does not need a running back. That's what he's proving.
Same thing with Lamar.
Yeah. Sam Darnold is still not owned in 50% of leagues.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm assuming people catch on this week, but
I think he has the easiest schedule as QB going the next 5 games.
Yeah, his schedule looks good. He looks really good. Is he still leading the league in rushing touchdowns?
Yes.
Or did Eckler break him last night?
It might be tied. I'll double check. He definitely was first heading into last night's game.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Eckler tied him or whatnot, but he's at worst tied for first in rushing touchdowns. Never thought I'd say that. It's a beautiful sight.
I always thought he was athletic, but
we didn't think he was Lamar Jackson.
Well,
better.
Carolina likes to rush the QBs over there.
I texted Mike on Sunday. I said Sam Darnold is this year's Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He still leads the league.
He still leads the league.
Mm-hmm. It could be Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs 2.0, Darnold to DJ Moore.
Yeah, so that's kind of like it was the thing. Next up, if you're streaming, need a tight end, Dawson Knox, great option. It looks like they're using the tight end a lot in that offense.
I think he might be a legit top 10 tight end this year.
I picked him up in one. I'm trying to pick him up in our home league. Mike's probably going to snag him for me and demand a 12th round pick. So then I have a backup just in case. I mean, I wrote in the waiver article, I didn't think anything of it until like it got closer to the weekend. Otherwise, I would have mentioned it. By Saturday when I did the DFS article, I'm like, oh, this is clear as day. Dawson Knox is a beautiful play.
Yep. We talked about it because someone asked us a question on tight end.
Yeah.
And it was between stream play of a Knox and
Fursker. And then I was like,
Fursker.
oh, it's Dawson Knox. And he was like, oh, I think I ought to play Fursker.
Yeah. Well, not me. Somebody else.
For season long, for long term, you rather pick up AJ Green or Kadarius Toney?
AJ Green.
I would as well.
Because Toney is, first round pick, high upside. He's always going to have that big bang plays. He's going to go downfield. But I think now that Ross is back off of IR for our Giants, as well as eventually Shepard's going to come back, he's going to see less targets.
Yeah.
He's being featured right now because we have nobody. We are playing Johnson, who the Jags released at wide receiver. So.
Yep. Like if you need a role to fill this week, like a flex spot, I love Toney. He's a great matchup. I think it's a great maybe 2-week rental, but for the long run, AJ Green.
Yep.
AJ has 6 targets exactly in all 4 games this year.
Yep.
Touchdowns back to back, correct?
Yep.
No, actually, he had just 112 yards last week. He had a touchdown the week before.
Yeah. Playing on the opposite side of D-Hop has his perks. Just
absolutely. D Hops is looking like trash this year.
I mean, I would say trash. He got locked up by Ramsey.
Well, of course.
He got locked up. Ramsey looked real good.
He's also not going to see the targets with the amount of weapons that are on that team.
They have so many weapons. Even Christian Kirk sees action still. I mean, it's
believe it or not, Kirk has like the most like targets on the team last week. I think he has, but no catch. He had 1 catch.
Yeah, Chase Edmunds eats up targets too, which is kind of nuts.
And now Matt Williams, now all of a sudden, he became a revival of his career now.
Vance Joseph, big tight end guy.
Yeah,
they found out. Oh, look, our defense can't stop them. You know how they found that out? They found that in practice, throwing the ball to Max Williams. Samaje Perine is another one we talked about very briefly. I'd wait and see. I'm not very high on Mixon as it was. I don't think there's a lot of work for that running back, and Perine's not really that good.
I wouldn't buy it.
He's horrible.
Yeah. Anybody else you're thinking about picking up this week, Mike?
Nope.
Joe?
No, I think you covered the list. I mean, I would consider Chris Evans in like dynasty, really deep leagues, because he's a great receiving back, but he's not gonna do anything behind that offensive line.
Yep, I threw in Jonnu as a streaming tight end if you need him. Good matchup going against.
You're always gonna have those streamers that you pick up.
Yeah, he just has the best matchup for tight ends. Read the waiver wire article; it'll tell you there.
And pick a good kicker every week. It should win or lose you games.
Can we, before we get into the games, we talk about this real quick?
What's that?
The whole kicker thing. Because I'm for kickers. You're definitely against kickers. He can take it or leave it.
No, I love kickers.
You want to get rid of kickers in the league.
I'm telling you.
That is why you need a kicker.
This is the first year I don't have Tucker on my team. Can we not say that?
Oh, that's why I grabbed him.
I don't, but don't I always reach for Tucker every year?
But kickers, I just don't think there's any purpose to them in fantasy.
All right. Put it this way.
There's no purpose of you ever being on a fucking team.
It's a game. You need a full team.
We don't have individual defense players.
We will
next year.
Next year we have defense.
We didn't really vote on that.
Yes, we did.
Yes,
well,
we did.
We did, but we didn't. We have to figure out the rules still. But anyways, I mean, we don't have offensive linemen. We're not out here fucking looking for offensive linemen, pancaking people for stats. I just don't think. I don't think if you look at the fantasy,
Kickers kickers put points on the football.
Kickers win games.
The fantasy community is moving away from kickers. I think it makes a lot of sense, and
that's why
honestly,
we should double kicker
I
league.
wouldn't agree on that, but
what?
He wants double kickers.
I want kickers and punters.
I don't want punters. I don't want punters either.
Yes, you do.
No, that's just stupid. I'd rather play in a league where you have to draft the worst team possible than add punters.
I'm not adding punters. I don't even know their names.
I think there's
on the Giants,
far more. I think it takes far more skill to play without a kicker than with it.
That's baloney. Just because you don't have the number one kicker.
Me?
Yeah.
No, every year I have a good kicker because all you have to do is pick a kicker who kicks in a dome. And they're always top 10. Every week you see I just pick a kicker who picks in a dome. And that's the easy thing. I mean, obviously you got fucked last night with Daniel Carlson.
He was kicking in a dome.
That rarely happens where a kicker's that bad in a dome. But they almost never miss in a dome. And yeah, I'm sorry. For you it didn't work out. I don't know what to tell you. That's just shitty luck. But that's a tough scene, but I really don't think it's that
the
hard.
amount of juju that surrounded me that game was just I shit on the Raiders all the time. I should have never picked them up.
That's on you.
No, I would have traded you Justin Tucker.
The cheap price of
Yeah.
round pick.
Yeah,
Fifth round pick.
Same price as Naheem Hines. My kicker's always in games.
Thursday night.
He's so sad.
I'm upset. Rams or Seahawks. Gotta love the Seahawks every day. Winning me money. Bounce back game for the Rams.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
I felt like last week was a letdown spot. There was nothing. They didn't do anything bad. It's just like they didn't step up. They didn't step up to the competition. Shout out to the Cardinals who finally beat the Rams under McVay for the first time. But somebody please let Russ cook. Anytime he goes out and makes plays, the team looks great. But they keep trying to force the ball on the ground. They haven't had a 100-yard rushing game by a running back in 22 games.
Carson looks like shit.
Yeah.
And that's why they're playing Collins now.
Collins looks like shit, too.
I mean, yeah, I always thought he was shit, but
It's really the offensive line. It has nothing to do with the running back.
maybe they're at 100 yards if they started Penny, but I think he's hurt again.
He is hurt. Was Bobby Trees caught a garbage time touchdown. Save a little worries. Robert Woods. Yeah. Save a little worries for those Robert Woods owners out there. You're still very worried.
Yeah, I'm very worried.
Would you rather own Van Jefferson or Robert Woods?
Talking about that, I think it's this week he's going off. Jefferson's going off this week.
I mean, he's second on the team in targets.
Yep, he's
looks
definitely
good.
gonna go off. I would definitely pick him up on a if you have extra spot on your waiver wire.
Add him to the waiver list.
I don't even think you have to put him on the waiver list. I think you just pick him up.
Just got to throw it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, he only has the last 2 weeks. Van Jefferson and Robert Woods both have 6 targets exactly. Only he has.
It's Cooper Kupp's show.
Like 5 less targets on. No, I'm sorry, 7 less targets on the season. I mean,
yeah,
it's just not what you want to see from Robert Woods when Cooper Kupp has 46 targets and Robert Woods has 25.
And at least Jefferson's running straight as fast as he can.
Yeah, I mean, I told everybody it'd be a bounce back Cooper Kupp year.
Why don't White Cron?
Will you stop saying that? It's not going to catch on. The Seahawks historically bad against tight ends, so it could be a solid Higbee week. I think it's just a bad secondary overall. Anything else from this game?
Not really.
Mike has nothing to say today.
Rams definitely win.
What about Lockett? Because 2 weeks in a row now, he's been a no-show.
Well,
he was banged up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's because of how he, the matchups. I think it's strictly. I mean, this is a horrible matchup going against Ramsey, but I think it's going to be Metcalf going against Ramsey anyway.
Yeah, it will be like last year. But Metcalf had 2 touchdowns on Ramsey last year, so you never know.
Wasn't that
I do think Lockett has the opportunity to have a great game this week. Whether he's fully healthy is a different question. He was questionable up until game time. So,
but let's not be shocked here. Lockett every year, 40-point game, and then does trash, then another high-point game. He's known for it.
I agree.
So I mean, that's the type of player you're getting.
Darrell Henderson.
Yeah, you don't play.
Starter. Sonny Michel's back to being bad. The second he has any sort of competition, he's just back to being bad. It's amazing.
Told you guys, never had to worry about him.
I would.
You traded him.
It was a bad trade, but whatever.
Next up, probably the most key game because we can't tell you enough. It's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time.
Nice and early. Wake up.
London game. Jets vs. Falcons.
You gotta check your lineups early. I mean, I don't know how many people anyone on the Jets other than Corey Davis.
But definitely on.
Hey, love on Corey Davis.
Corey Davis, and then you should have 3 people on the Falcons.
Yeah.
Not that you're taking out Ridley but Patterson. You don't know if you're gonna play. I mean,
you're a psychopath. You're not playing Cordarrelle Patterson at this point.
I'm just saying if he's not in your lineup.
Well, are you guys selling high on him, or you keep riding the wave? Like, do you think this is really something he can keep up? Because the usage rate is absurd considering they have Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts, and I mean, it's kind of
this past week. I wrote it down. I didn't want to forget it. I wrote it in my notes on my phone. Cordarrelle Patterson, 23 snaps, 12 routes run, 5 catches, 82 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was on the field for 25% of plays. He had 3 touchdowns. I do think that regression needs to come at some point, but nobody else is doing anything on that offense. It's like anytime he's on the field, they score a touchdown.
It's the only time.
So he's the RB3 through the first 4 weeks of fantasy football.
But I think I'd sell him high. I don't.
Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'd definitely sell him high.
But you'd be really kicking yourself if he just finishes the top 5 running back.
I said I'm not shocked that he has that ability. I feel like he was all throughout his career he was never utilized correctly.
You think what's his name? Arthur Staples, that guy?
He's that guy.
He's that guy. Has no clue what to do with Kyle Pitts, but when it comes to Cordarrelle Patterson, he's that guy.
Figure out the kick return and punt return, but can't figure out the elite tight end. That makes sense.
Talking about
That's brutal.
Elite. Told you, not top 6 tight end.
It's early.
Thank God you have an extra game this year.
It's still early.
He is as likely as being top 6 tight end as me making the playoffs this year.
No, he's got a better shot being top 6 tight end than you have making the playoffs.
0 shot.
No, it's a fact.
I can't wait for my steak dinner.
You don't get a steak dinner from that.
Steak dinner.
$50 steak dinner at Applebee's.
Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up.
He's upset about Applebee's. Do you want me to pick Chili's?
I'll give you the 2 for $20 at Applebee's.
That's a good deal.
That's what I'm saying. You get more food.
Wait,
Do I get less?
Do I get 2 for $20 or do I get the
whole
happy hour?
You get the whole
the
thing.
10 o'clock one, the half.
You want half off apps? No, 2 for $20 is better. And then if you're still hungry later on, we'll take you half off apps.
Can I get that extra purchase on the Applebee's though? They have the 2 for $20. They have like the 2 for $23 one.
That's fine.
The upgrade. Okay.
Deal. But you have to get a water. Can the Jets possibly come to London and win back-to-back games?
Yeah, Zach Wilson looks like a Londoner. So.
A Londoner?
Yeah.
What the fuck nationality is a Londoner?
He just looks like it. He belongs there eating Paris food, like what are they? They definitely what do Paris eat?
Paris is
What a
not in
Paris
London, you fucking moron. You fucking idiot.
It's all right there,
Geography
the
is-
No,
Eiffel Tower.
it's not. It's an island off. It's not even on the same area.
Same thing.
Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Yeah.
Clip that for me, please. Thank you.
What do you make of Michael Carter? Seriously.
I was gonna get into.
Get into that.
I don't know if it was just like the game scheme. He looked better. The whole Jets offense looked better in the second half. They looked real bad in the first half of Sunday's game. I think it's a real bad defense. But going forward, like I was always high on him. I think that he's kind of just carving that full starting role.
Yeah, I think once he gets that role, he will be definitely in your flex.
He already kind of is. He led the team in carries this
One
past
week.
week, and then it was Tevin Coleman only had 4. I mean, Ty Johnson, who everyone hyped up, had 3 carries for 1 yard. So,
I mean,
Who's hyping up Ty Johnson?
not us.
No.
I'm saying
Okay.
people on
Like, which
you
one
know,
of us?
People in the fantasy
the
community were
preseason
like,
he
"Oh,
was.
Ty Johnson," and Jets
Yeah.
beat writers were like, "Oh, Ty Johnson. He looked good."
looked good, yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not.
I think
very good.
I think Coleman being banged up does hurt. You know,
It helps. It helps.
well, it helps
Michael
him.
Carter.
But I'm saying that's the reason why last game he didn't get his features as much. As also as Michael Carter is a pass down back.
Yeah.
He is small stature.
But he was running hard. I watched a decent chunk of that game.
He did definitely run over people.
In the second half, I will say Zach Wilson looked like a good NFL quarterback. The first half, he looked like trash. But he wasn't afraid to make the throws in the second half.
He's never afraid of. That's what the 10
The first
interceptions
half,
said.
he was like rinky dink, dink and dunk, trying not to make mistakes, which kind of gets in your head. Corey Davis looked real good. Jamison
Yeah.
Crowder returned. He looked
it's
real
because
good.
of Crowder.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, I forgot to mention Crowder should. I think that should be over AJ Green. 'Cause
I think he's already owned over.
most of the people in our league,
Yeah.
he's not. So
Wow, I'd rather.
You
have.
think he has a consistent role now? I feel
AJ
like
Green,
it's hard-
yeah, because I think Barrio.
No. Well, you said AJ. Green.
I mean Crowder.
Crowder, yes.
Yes,
Yes, because
absolutely.
they're gonna always be down.
Barrios was getting 6 receptions per game.
He was banging that Braxton Berrios drum
He
for
was-
no reason.
No, it was working.
But I kept saying no, knowing that Jameson Crowder was gonna.
Yeah, but I didn't know
come
when he was
back.
going to come back. Now Crowder's back.
You don't know a lot of things, so.
Elijah Moore didn't even play.
He is hurt.
Yeah, I thought he's hurt.
I think it was a concussion.
Never mind, he didn't even play.
Concussion. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
That's
I
like
believe
his
it's
10th
concussion.
one. So watch out.
Oh, we have Brandon Cooks 2.0.
Java's best.
You just love saying that guy's name.
I lost. VFL champion, 2012.
Anything else about the Jets?
No, Falcons suck.
Falcons suck. You can
Matt
probably.
Ryan sucks. You know.
I'm like
Matt
1
Ryan,
week away from dropping Mike Davis.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say 1 week from cutting Michael Pitt. Kyle Pitts.
Never that.
But did you see the PFF has Matt Ryan as like the #1 QB?
That's fucking
Ranked.
terrible. He's so bad.
He's so like.
I'm just
please
saying.
give us some Josh Rosen at this point.
I know
I
he
would
threw
100%
4 touchdowns on Sunday, and somehow it still felt like he was garbage.
That was just because of the game.
I remember Mike texting us saying, "Oh look, Kyle Pitts can't catch a touchdown. There's 5 defenders all around him."
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
he
was.
hit him in his hand.
He was riding fucking roller coasters. He doesn't know what was going on.
So
I didn't
just
see it.
because he's on Mickey Mouse High doesn't mean I can't fucking.
You don't have eyes.
What do you mean?
It's simple as that. You don't have eyes. We're not getting into a Kyle Pitts 4-hour argument.
All right,
move
1
on.
p.m. games. We're starting with Green Bay versus Cincinnati. Joe Burrow versus Aaron Rodgers. Okay. I think
Okay.
Joe Burrow has a day. Green Bay is banged up on defense horribly.
Yeah.
Their secondary, their pass rush, tons of injuries.
I agree.
And you're gonna have to pass the ball going against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron's gonna really. He had like an average game
Mhm.
against the Steelers. Like obviously, it was a tough matchup, but like he didn't do anything
He
spectacular.
didn't have to.
Devontae Adams did a lot of the work. The same with Randall Cobb. They made plays, whereas like Aaron Rodgers just gave him the ball instead of like him making these insane throws. I think this week Aaron Rodgers tries to ball out. We keep saying that Cincy's run defense is bad, and it really hasn't been this year. Their top 10 run defense. I have to go back and look at the schedule, see who they played.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
They they dropped Atkins this year. So now that small defensive tackle's out of there.
That guy that filled in for Atkins has been really fucking good.
He's fat too. Atkins was like he's like a wannabe
You?
Darnold.
They're only allowing 3.7 yards per carry. Do you think this is another A.J. Dillon, Aaron Jones split down the middle kind of day? Because of the tough matchup, trying to keep everybody fresh?
No, I think you go back to Aaron Jones this week.
Oh. Joe, your opinion on this? Because I'm known to be, I have no clue what to think of Aaron Jones. So I need somebody else's opinion.
No, I thought what we saw last week was what we were going to see all season with Dillon and Jones kind of splitting. Not like 50-50 like they did, but I thought we'd see more of that. I'm interested to see if that trend continues because Dillon is really good, and they just kind of don't use him as much as they really should.
It's a waste of second-round pick.
It really is.
I mean,
I think
the Packers are known to waste draft picks.
Yeah.
So.
But I think they didn't want to bang them up against the Steelers' defense.
That's true.
I think if you're gonna use them now, you would go against Cincy.
Yeah, that's fair. You rushing to grab Randall Cobb off your waiver wire if he's there?
No,
me either.
I mean, he's gonna have these 1 or 2 games that look good. It's not very impressive to me.
Your boy T. Higgins is supposed to play this week.
I expected it. It was a short week. I knew he was gonna play this week.
You knew?
I had a
Very
feeling.
strong feeling.
I didn't call his doctor, but if I could, I probably would, and he would tell me he was playing. Mm-hmm. It's a shoulder injury. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I think all three. If Higgins plays, I'd be a little skeptical of playing him for the first week coming off the injury.
I'm with that with all players.
We'll get into your fraudness in a minute.
Who?
Yeah, you.
Me.
Yeah, you. I will say that Boyd and Chase both starting lineup rest of the season, no matter who they're playing.
Yep.
Mike, apparently we forgot to write notes for Detroit versus Minnesota.
That's how important it is.
That's exactly how I feel.
Let's go build a car in Detroit and drive it to Minnesota.
Okay.
No, all right. Like I have some things we could say here. Like, what do we make of this running back situation with Detroit? I mean, we
50-50.
talk about this every week, but last week it wasn't. Like, I don't understand Dan Campbell after the game. He's like, oh, it depends on the defense we're playing. That's the running back we'll go with. What the fuck kind of answer does that mean? Like, what is that even supposed to mean?
Whether they're up or down.
Yeah,
I guess.
True.
I mean,
I think
Swift is the better pass catcher technically, but they used Jamal Williams literally the same exact way as they used Swift.
He's about that battle. He's about that. You did see that video?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's a good video. You saw it.
Yeah, I just don't know what that had to do with anything.
I don't know.
It's about that work.
I hope I didn't do a bad sign or something. But
yeah, you probably did.
No, I think it's just gonna be every other week randomness.
It really is though. Like Jamal Williams, 14 carries, 66 yards. Deontay Swift, 8 for 16, but he had all the catches and all the receptions. Jamal Williams didn't even see a passing down. It's like doesn't make any sense.
And the week before, he saw all the passing downs.
Right. Yeah. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, Minnesota has not been good on defense. I don't think that they were good last week. I just think that the Browns were just bad.
Yep.
You mean the Browns are bad? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
The Browns were bad last week. I'm talking about the Minnesota defense. They even with them only allowing 7 points or 14 points, whatever it was, they're still allowing 4.8 rushing yards per carry. So I think it's a big week for both of them, potentially, or neither one of them, or they just split down the middle. Like anytime you split carries like that, like I want no part of it.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was so high on Najee. Najee has a 97% snap count this year.
That's why I like Robinson going into the year.
Oh, do you? Oh, do you? We'll see about that. I do like Quintez Cephas. I like him a lot.
Yeah, you picked him up, didn't you?
I picked him up. I like him a lot. It's like a deep, like once we start getting to bye weeks, then that's when the sneaky pickups that like you just like on a Saturday afternoon just reading a random article. You're like, huh?
Yeah, but
that sounds about right.
He won't be on your team in another week.
Why, you gonna give me somebody for him?
No,
you gonna give me some draft picks or something? And shut the fuck up. You're staying on the team.
You're just gonna drop him.
Minnesota, for them, I looked up the snap counts real quick. Let me pull it back up.
Yeah, pull it back up.
God, shut up, stupid. And Adam Thielen is currently leading the league in snap count. He's been on the field 97% of the time.
He's just so touchdown dependent.
Yeah, but like
it's all touchdowns with him.
It's all touchdowns.
We said this going in the year. In the beginning of the year,
this is like
in the beginning of the year, he started getting touchdowns. He slowed down a little bit.
Well, it's the only game he hasn't had a touchdown yet.
So he slowed down a little bit.
This kid. Try to bring a couple statistics to the table and just like, oh, what do you expect?
I don't even want to talk about this next game. It's going to be the worst game of the week. Denver versus Pitt.
Yeah, the Big Ben stinks.
Yes.
The referees stink.
I mean, yeah. I didn't watch.
Steelers should have won.
I would never watch that game.
Yeah, I had money on the game. I had to watch it. Najee, like I just said, leading all running backs in snap counts, leading them by more than 25% now. Now with the updated.
When does the season expecting this?
What?
We went into the season expecting this.
That's why I was so high on him, and then Mike, after week 1, called him a bust. How's that working out for you, Mike?
I said the offensive line.
How's that? No, how's that working out for you?
He's a bust.
He's a bust.
Yeah.
Has he had 100 yards yet? On our
He doesn't need to. He's putting up fantasy points.
Unless you play in a league where you only get points per 100 yards rushing, I think he's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
And
standard, there's
fantasy-wise.
not a lot of value there, I guess. I guess you could say that.
100%.
You know?
Can we talk about Can we talk about Johnson? How he gets 10 per receptions each game?
We knew that coming into the year. Right? I mean,
It looks great.
yeah, no, it looks great.
And I don't
but
start him, so I just want to point that out.
You didn't start him?
No,
What an idiot.
I know.
You stay. Why are you on this show anymore?
Because I believe in A-Rod. Clearly the wrong
Clearly
play.
the wrong play.
You know what's even upsetting?
I'll give you Quintez Cephas for A-Rod.
Yeah.
Say, lock it in.
What was upsetting is that someone asked this on Instagram. Should I start? I think the same matchup, and you said Johnson.
Yeah.
It made me think, should I do it? And I was like, nah. Joe Green's wrong. I was like, nah, no way.
Yeah, man, you should have
My
asked me.
ego. And I was like,
Should have asked me, the Steeler fan, on the panel.
It
well,
was-
I thought
it was
coming off
just-
of injury, I think it was.
It's just safer, man. How can you trust Allen Robinson when they don't trust Fields and then Dalton stinks?
I was Detroit.
It's not
was
even that.
Detroit was a good matchup.
It was, but I just trust Johnson.
Yeah. Are you who you own Sutton in one league, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You own
I
Sutton.
own him in one.
Are you guys worried? He don't look good.
No,
He's
I don't
slow.
think it's him. I just think they don't. Teddy doesn't throw the ball deep.
I think they're
that's
just
his
trying to
thing.
run the ball.
Yeah, they are. And then obviously Teddy got hurt, and then Drew Lock came in. We already know how that story goes.
Yeah.
And then
I
that's
think
that.
Drew Lock is better if he played for
No.
Sutton.
I mean,
No.
for Sutton, sure, but is
Yeah,
he a
but-
better quarterback?
No,
Absolutely not.
No.
For Sutton, you're
Sutton.
right, because he can throw it deep. And Teddy,
No, he's just
Teddy's
gonna
not
he's
like
gonna
that.
feature him, just chuck it down
Yeah.
to him like he did his first year.
Why
Right,
didn't,
but that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Yeah, I'll give you that.
why didn't he do that last week when I had him in all my DFS lineups?
Because they.
He wasn't
It's a
playing.
good
He didn't play.
defense. Look, going against Marlon Humphrey. I mean, that's a good ass match. That's a tough
Yeah.
matchup. I benched him. I wasn't playing him. I knew that was a bad matchup.
It's gonna be a bad matchup this week too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon saga continues. I didn't write down the snaps, but they were pretty 50-50.
I think
They
this
didn't
is
even run the ball. They ran it 8 times the entire game.
the Broncos.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I don't know. Anytime I like turned the game on, they ran the ball. And I turned it off. So I was
They
like,
couldn't
No,
lose.
I'll pull up the stats. It was ridiculous. They only ran the ball 8 times, and they had like 70 yards on like 8 attempts. I was like, why did you stop running the ball?
that's brutal.
I'll double
See, that's
check
like
it
a
right
game
now.
I didn't want
I didn't
anything
watch
to do
it.
with. So
I'm sorry. They ran it more than that.
That's what I thought.
They ran it 15 times,
You
but
fucking
they threw
moron.
it 40. I mean,
I was like,
8
run
to
it-
15 is a big difference.
that's a big difference. I mean,
you fucking idiot.
They threw it because they were down.
Why? Just because you all lose in fantasy, you guys can't just like know anything anymore?
no. In the second half, they only ran 3 run plays. So,
Because they were down.
yeah, but I mean, obviously, you
You're
can still
sad
run the
that they
ball.
didn't get receptions.
Noah
but-
Font just seems to be the de facto number 1 person on that team, and that's
Yeah, until Jared
about
comes
it.
back.
Yeah, until Jerry Judy comes back.
when's he coming back?
We don't know.
At least 2 to 3 more weeks. At least 2 to 3
at
more
least
weeks.
Might be too late. Might be tanking season.
That's why I have him.
Next on the board, Miami versus Tampa Bay. I wrote this down. I think this is somewhat a good idea if you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They should let people run the ball a little bit.
What?
They should.
Why?
They gave up -1 yards last week.
Yeah.
You can't. Nobody's gonna try to run the ball. You're just gonna beat you over the top in the secondary. If you try to, same thing goes for defense. It goes for offense. Like if you're on the offensive side of the ball and you run the ball 40 times, you're just gonna stack the box.
Sherman got a torch too.
Sherman stunk last time he played in the NFL too.
I think
he hasn't been good.
Like deep safety.
Should retire. They don't have a choice. They're out of corners.
I understand.
Yeah, what's
Miles
his name?
Dean's out. Sean
Dean.
Bunting Jr.
Murphy.
Davis is out now too. He got hurt.
Yeah, Carlton Davis. They're just torn.
They're gonna make a trade before very soon. I have a feeling.
With all that being said and all those injuries, Tampa Bay allowing 32.5 fantasy points to wide receivers. I still don't trust any Miami Dolphin wide receiver.
How do you trust anything on Miami?
That's what I'm saying. Is there any update on Tua either?
Yeah. I think they said
he's
2
on
games.
IR. Oh no, he's not. Is he?
No,
he voided IR.
They said it. They said 2 games.
So he could return, but to be honest, it doesn't change.
Do you want to? Do you
Doesn't
want?
change my opinion on it.
Do you want him to come back against Tampa? That's the question.
And get slaughtered, and then he'll lose a few more ribs, and then he'll be out the season.
Which they would like.
I was just asking, just for.
It's funny how we saw the reports come out this previous week about how they really wanted Herbert.
Yeah, yes, the coach did.
Yeah,
Of course he did.
And the owner's dying to get Deshaun Watson. The only reason they haven't traded for him is because even if they get him, he'd go on the commissioner's exempt list. So there's no point in them making a trade for the guy when he won't even be able to play.
I would still do the trade to lock him up.
I heard the owner's getting like impatient. He just wants to do it, but we'll see what happens.
They have the best draft capital.
Also, Gronk. That has to hurt a lot of people who were kind of counting on Gronk, and then he has that rib injury, and now he's out for
Got like
a while.
4 or
probably.
5 broken ribs.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while. Fucking ribs, man. This year's ridiculous.
Like Tua.
I feel like a lot of players aren't wearing those side pads.
Yeah,
They
don't.
They stopped. They stopped wearing them, and
Well-
they're all getting rib injuries.
Well, now you know why the pads are there. Who would you still rather own? This question be brought up every week. Mike Evans or Chris Godwin?
Stop.
It's
not even
Mike
close.
Evans.
Godwin's
Mike
target share is tanked.
Yeah,
Just,
we had the
10%,
stat on the
yeah.
we had the stat
Yeah.
on Instagram. It's
it
like
could just
down,
be a 1 week thing, just like
No.
every now and then it is with Mike Evans.
at least Mike Evans is he's more likely to get the touchdown than Godwin.
He was looking real good, getting every look.
Mike Evans was every other pass.
Yeah, but according to you, he's a boomer bust guy.
It's facts.
Okay, Joe.
Yes.
For the sake of the definition of boomer bust,
Can we wait till we get to that team?
we're talking about Tampa Bay right now.
I thought you were gonna talk about Hill.
No.
Oh.
What is the definition of boom or bust?
Well, it's
What do you
He
think
said
of
it
boomer
was the
bust?
boomer bust already.
What do you mean? I said it was a boomer
Mike
bust?
Evans, he's boomer bust.
Right. He's
He's touchdown or
he's
bust.
touchdown or
That's-
bust. And
But he's not this year.
this year he's been pretty solid. Like I'd say this year more than
Similar like
the last
how-
2 years.
This sample size is too small. Like your winning sample size this year, it's too small. But later on in the year, it's gonna be a losing sample size.
I doubt it.
I mean, his worst game was what, week 1 when he had the 6 catches for 20 yards, and other than that, he's been. He's getting all the targets. He only has 2 touchdowns. They all came in 1 game. He's been pretty consistent this year. I'll give him that.
But what does that have to do with? I want to know your opinion. What boomer bust is?
Boomer bust. It's like you're getting 25 plus fantasy points, or you're
How you
getting
get-
less than 5.
How you get?
Less than 5. I already less than 10.
You
Yeah,
getting
less
on
than
big shots down the field, or you just getting 9-10 catches out of nowhere?
Doesn't matter.
I'm not asking you.
But
Stupid.
why does it matter how you get your points?
Because I'm asking the smarter person in the room.
Well, it's like you're getting a bomb down the field for a touchdown.
Thank you.
That's boomer bust, right? Deshaun Jackson, boomer bust. Henry Ruggs, boomer bust. Like it's the same thing.
Thank you. It's all. It's just want to clarify for the listeners at
Touchdown
home
or bust.
and
Tyreek Hill,
for my
been
slow
boomer
friend
bust
right
this
here. Next on the board, Saints versus the Washington football team. This Jameis breakout game?
It should. The Washington's god awful in defense.
Yeah.
We thought they were going to be top 3 defense this year with that front 4 with Sweat and Young, and it's just awful.
I think banging this drum since they played the Giants. And Del Rio's their coordinator. It's just garbage defense coordinator. No creativity. Just like, yeah, Clowney, Sweat, you got to go beat your man. No stunts, no blitzes. It's just, yeah, you guys do it. And they have the shitty secondary. It's ridiculous.
Their best is Fuller, I think.
No, they don't even have Fuller, I don't think, anymore.
No, they have Fuller. I think they have.
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, I thought they got
He's
rid
just
of
been
Fuller.
getting torched.
He's playing outside when he's a slot corner. He's small, tiny, fragile.
They just...
like Billy's mind.
Yeah. Like my mind when I see McKissick getting those downs for no reason.
It is for a reason.
It's not for a reason.
It happened at the end of last year. It's carried right over to this year.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
He's faster, quicker, better hands.
72-yard run says otherwise.
How concerned are you that McKissick's just eating all these targets?
I mean, Antonio Gibson was a touchdown machine last year. That's why he got most of his points. It seems like he's doing it this year as well. You know, anytime he touches the ball, he's getting in the fucking end zone. So, hey, Ron Rivera, how about you wake up and give the better guy who knows how to score a touchdown?
That's tough to say. McKissick had the game-winning
That
reception.
kind of was almost not a touchdown. Just saying. That was real close to not being a touchdown. Antonio Gibson would be no doubt in my mind he's scoring that touchdown.
Yeah, he's a little bit taller.
It would have been. He wouldn't have to dive and they would have to review that. Is what I'm saying. I'm worried. I knew it going into the season, but I thought that he'd slowly fade away. Hasn't happened yet.
It's not a great defense going this week, going against Saints, even though Barkley torched them.
Yeah.
Barkley
torched him.
Real quick, just to jump back on the Washington defense. Are you dropping them? Are you just done with them?
Yes.
4 weeks in.
Yeah. I'm picking up. I own them in our league.
Streamed.
I'm probably picking up a different defense. Like I knew last week it would be a fine matchup. There was no need to drop them for somebody else. So I was like, I will get positive points.
If they're going against like one of these bad teams like Denver, Dolphins that don't have a QB, yeah, play them. But
yeah, I agree. And teams have real bad O lines, but even they haven't gotten any pressures. They don't look good. They're probably droppable. I do think Kamara can have a nice, real big game. Washington football team giving up 9 yards per reception to running backs this year.
I think only one reception against the Giants.
56
They're not
yards.
throwing him the ball.
It was wild.
Tony Jones is hurt too.
Yes,
He got a concussion, no?
No,
knee injury, out 3 to 4 weeks.
Ah.
Who comes up next after that?
I believe it's Dwayne Washington.
Who?
Dwayne Washington.
He did play special teams.
Special teams guy?
I think he used to play on the Raiders, if I'm correct. No, he used to play on the Lions. Sorry.
Oh, he's your favorite team, Mike. You
Fucking
willing to
losers.
own Callaway? You happy to own Callaway? I should restate that. Or it's like, I don't know.
So much hype going.
You
into
trust
the year.
him? Yeah, because there's so much hype, and then he let you down.
I
3
really
weeks.
want, like, if I'm an owner, I really want to hold them until Thomas comes back.
Yeah, and then the
But-
field opens up.
And but that, I mean, what do you have? 3 more games until you have to wait for that?
At least.
At least.
At least.
So, I mean.
And then hoping he actually comes back.
Yeah.
You know?
And plays good.
Yeah.
With Winston.
Yep.
I think the Saints offense looks just god awful. And this is arguably one of the best offensive lines in the league. They have like 3 or 4 first round picks on that offensive line. It's just god awful.
No, I agree. I'm trying to remember the backup for the tight end spot for
Adam
Washington.
Trotman?
For Washington.
Washington is. I don't know if it's.
I forgot his name.
I don't know if it's. I don't
So
know.
I'm trying to look up. So I wasn't paying attention.
I don't know if it's a Zach backup, but they have that.
Ricky Seals
that
Jones.
soccer,
Yeah, Ricky Seals Jones.
They have John Bates.
but they have that.
Sammy Reyes.
That star player that played basketball.
Ricky Seals Jones.
No, that's
Jimmy
racist.
Graham.
No, he was an undrafted free agent.
John Bates?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I do like Seals Jones. Not this week, just like in next coming weeks. As just like a nice. If you're the
He's
Logan
athletic.
Thomas owner, He's athletic. He does everything that Logan Thomas does, and the offense kind of supports a tight end year in and year out. So he's not a terrible option either. Let's move on. Eagles versus Panthers. We talked about it before. Kenny Gainwell's progression looks very strong, but it will be a week-to-week thing. It will be, if they're winning the game, they're not going to use him as much. But if they're down, you get that Austin Eckler type. Naheem Hines is really the right comp for it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Skinnier.
yeah, what's his name? Shiano, however you say his name. He comes from the Colts offense. So they're going to use him just like that. I think there's a lot of value in Kenny Gainwell. I said it to start the year. And there was people out there that laughed at me. I know you weren't laughing. You stole him from me in every draft.
Every draft.
Outside of him, Miles Sanders obviously a little worried about, especially if your name is Joe Green and you just traded for him.
Karma.
That's just we call bad karma, bad juju. Outside of those two running backs, Devonta Smith, are you really happy to own anybody else in the Eagles at this point?
Hurst.
Well, yeah, Hurst. It's a given.
It's a given.
He's the other running back.
Besides,
Hurts. I thought you meant
Hurt,
like Ertz. I thought that's what you said.
No.
Ertz.
I was about to say, how can you be happy to own Hurts?
No.
On the Panthers side, because there's much better team to talk about.
Great team.
Yeah, Sammy Smooches. I love what you wrote, Mike.
Matt Rule is coach of the year.
Yeah. Best NFL story and outbreak fantasy player of the year.
Billy's Allen player of the year.
Outbreak.
What the fuck is an outbreak? What is this, the pandemic? The COVID outbreak?
Yep.
The Sammy Smooches outbreak?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
everybody.
that's why it's Smooch's outbreak. Can I have that as a headline on Instagram?
Everybody getting mono out here.
Sammy Smooch's outbreak. And I want a fat
Sammy
picture of Sammy Smooch's.
COVID spreader, super spreader confirmed.
He won't be denied.
We talked about it last week. DJ Moore is clearly the
Domain.
wide receiver one on that team. And then Robbie Anderson seems to be dead.
Dropped.
Droppable, right?
Absolutely droppable.
Droppable. I think so as well. Chuba Hubbard did not look very good.
No.
He looked bad. Looked slow. They didn't throw him the ball very
You'd
often.
love to see that, don't you?
I mean, I won that trade no matter which way you put it.
But I told a lot of people to play Chuba Hubbard.
I did too. I
Yikes.
had him in my.
Yeah, I
I
told
mean,
him.
yikes! Suck
I mean,
a
it
dick.
made
You
sense.
should have.
It
You
made
It
should
made
have.
sense, especially with the matchup.
Positive matchup. Just didn't perform.
I mean, you got what, like 9 points?
Yeah, 9.6.
It's better
fantasy
than
points.
2 points. With
I
your
tell you
best
what, it's
wide receiver.
no Patterson. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, 100%.
Next up, Titans versus the Jags. Mike, we have the clip of you saying, I wouldn't start James Robinson.
Well, it was.
I want to.
And then-
wait, can I?
No. And then you go ahead and put him in your lineup and say, I'm so happy I told everybody to play James Robinson. You are a fraud. An absolute fraud. The definition of the word.
Let me just. Say,
Not only are you a loser, you're also a fraud.
Let me just say, I'm just a man with not good at speaking. All right.
not good at speaking.
Yeah, no, that's a
What
great
I
way to
meant
say it.
Say is he's on my team and he has to be the starter because I have nobody else. For the other people,
They
It's
draft him in the same
Urban
spot
Meyer
as
still fucking scares me to this day. Thank God he will be fired soon.
you. Are you gonna start him this week?
I am going to start him this week
You telling everybody to start him this week?
against the Titans. Absolutely,
I'm just asking because
I'm starting Robinson. 100%.
you told everybody to sit him last week.
Watch me start Gainwell this week.
I
just talking
really
about-
hope you don't start Gainwell.
No, it's a horrible.
It's a
bet.
negative game script. We have to talk about this Urban Meyer thing more in depth than we did.
I don't think so.
What do we have to talk about?
He's just so bad.
It's
He had that game on Thursday night in control, looked great, and then it looked like he pulled Adam Gase and just like, hey, we're not gonna play more defense. We're just gonna.
No,
Just
I think
allow
the,
that.
the
I think-
Bengals figured it out. That's
yeah.
what it was.
That he played that game.
Oh.
This is actually his best game he's ever coached in his career,
Well,
probably.
it's NFL coaching.
No, I think maybe in college because
What?
Joe
every game is Alabama.
Joe
so-
really thought he had a shot at getting a steak during that Thursday
Well, no.
night game.
See, what I think we should do is the bet changes if Urban gets fired to now it's like I only have to hit half the amount of wins, and then it's
No.
I agree. I concur.
Because Urban
Fine,
Urban
we can do that. But
forfeited
if not,
4
I get
games.
it's one steak dinner. Who's the bet? If not, I get 2 from both of you.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
So then suck a dick. If
the
you're gonna
pro-
double my risk, double my reward,
Well,
bitch.
we gotta wait for him to get fired first. After the game,
But like,
Sunday, they'll
if
get
that's on
fired.
the table, I have to have my reward doubled.
Doubled.
Doubled. You double my risk, double my reward.
I'll let you get 2 for 20
No. Fuck you for 20.
and upgrade.
You
for
owe
the-
me steak dinners, both of you.
I still haven't seen the clip.
I'll show you.
Go
it.
pull it up.
I just want him to do more words. I think Urban definitely gets fired after this game. Do you agree?
I agree. I think this is it. I think they would have fired him already, but it's already Tuesday, and they're like, oh, we got to play on Sunday. We got to wait.
See,
That's
the
a joke.
problem with this team, this whole team is just bad coaches.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. He
They-
has to literally find an outside coach.
Yes.
And come in mid-season to a team he has no experience with, and then.
Got
coach.
me.
And you're ruining
Right.
your first overall pick.
I mean, I don't.
He's
not
not-
not ruining, but like he has to learn something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They'll
it's
probably
brutal.
just keep the same offense for the year.
Yeah, but they got to fire all his coordinators.
There's
too,
so
'cause
many. They're all
literally
crooks.
All his people are the entire staff. He has no other people from.
They're all goons.
Yeah, it's all goons.
I don't know. They stink. That's all.
I don't even know who would be the coach. Like, can you think of a coach like that's not coaching right now?
Rex Ryan.
I'm sure there's some coach who.
Adam Gase.
Oh,
It will destroy a career.
Oh man! Imagine if Adam Gase gets this job. You'll never
I
hear
was
the
li-
end of this fucking.
No
bet.
joke. Rex Ryan goes there. It'll be a good team.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say Rex
it-
Ryan.
I
but
thought
don't
Rex
think
Ryan
so.
was good, and then I remembered Adam Gase needs the job
Rex
real
Ryan
bad.
hasn't coached in years. He wouldn't do it.
He would.
Adam-
Adam Gase
he
is
would
working at
do-
Walmart.
No,
right
no,
now.
he wouldn't get offered the
Oh, yeah,
opportunity.
yeah.
But yes, he would do it in a heartbeat.
I love Rex Ryan. He's still
He's
talking up
great.
Sanchez to this day.
Yeah, I know he does.
He's like, I listened to him on ESPN. He was like, did you know I took the Jets 26th ranked defense to top 3 in 1 year?
He can't stop talking.
I was like, oh my god.
He's a good coach. He's a good coach. Just didn't have great talent around
Good
him.
talker.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Good talker.
Yeah.
No, he's really good on defense.
Let's move on.
Adam Gase.
Let's move on.
Patriots versus Houston. Is this a Damien Harris week? Because apparently I wasn't allowed to say yes or no last week because I have no
You just say it this
any
week.
rules. I'm not
So
saying
why don't-
shit. I'm
why
not
don't
saying
you say
shit
it?
about shit this week. Tired of you.
He's-
I'm asking you, is it Damien Harris week?
Against Houston, I would.
You know, J.J. Taylor fumbled in the doghouse. Ramondre Stevenson in the doghouse.
He's hurt.
No.
He was hurt.
Healthy scratch.
But he was hurt.
Healthy scratch.
Before that, he was hurt.
Brandon Cooks. Another tough matchup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he going to be top 10 for the rest of the year, Joe? What do you think?
I think he's gonna be top. I think he's gonna be like, if I can give a number, it'd be 12.
Okay.
So it would be no.
That's clear
I'm just
enough.
giving you his
I
act.
got that when you said 12, Mike.
I
Tyrod
didn't
can't
know.
come back fast enough. It's brutal
Yeah.
with Davis Mills. They don't even trust him.
I-
They don't even throw the ball.
And I don't hate Davis Mills. I don't think it's. He
I
just
love the
doesn't
draft.
really know the offense yet. He's not ready for the NFL.
He wasn't supposed to play. He was thrust into a situation he had no part.
I'm saying. I guess you're saying Jacoby Myers is a good play in the flex. Is that what you said, Joe?
This
Mike?
week against Houston, yeah.
Yeah. No, I do agree, and I
Even though
like
he
I said-
fumbled.
it happens. You think he's in the doghouse?
No, not with this. Not with
Kendrick-
this. Not
what's
with
his
this
name?
wide
Kendrick
receiver
Bourne?
core.
Kendrick Bourne gets all the targets.
Not with this matchup.
Zach Wilson. Not Zach Wilson. Mac Jones. Sorry, I was rookie quarterback. Looked real good.
Goes through it every week.
Looked really good. Looked like Tom Brady.
He does.
Does. A little out of shape.
I
Well,
Moves in
guarantee.
the pocket real well.
I guarantee
fat
they draft
Brady.
a wide receiver first overall this year. It's gonna be crazy in 2 years from now.
Dude, they have such a bad history of drafting wide receivers in the first round. I don't know.
I'm just telling you that's going to be their goal.
Yeah.
Their game plan.
I think you're right. They should, but they've been so bad. N'Keal Harry,
there's some real good ones out there this year.
Tompkins. They've missed on so many wide receivers, but yeah, they should.
I think that's going to be a game plan in 2 years.
Jonnu Smith, solid streaming option. Texans are third worst against tight end this year. A fun fact about Mac Jones, I don't know if you know. His real name is McCorkle.
That's a great name.
I have no idea.
Can we get that on a shirt?
McCorkle Jones.
I think that's actually worse than Herbert. Like it's pretty close.
What's Herbert's
That's
real
his
name?
middle name. I forgot what his first name. Look up Mac Jones' full name.
Okay.
Because it's something McCorkle Jones.
You can tell us later. Bears, Raiders.
It is Michael McCorkle.
Michael, your name is so bad that he'd rather call himself McCorkle.
Than Michael. He doesn't want this juju.
That's pretty.
Next.
Bears vs. Raiders. Damien Williams, top waiver wire available this week.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup though. The Raiders' defense looked good up
That's
until
what I
last
said.
night.
I think their pass rush, they focused a lot this past week, so they avoided the run.
Yeah.
Um,
What are you gonna say? You gonna talk about
this team is just the Bears are trash.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be real worried if I was an Allen Robinson owner, and
I would just drop him. To be dead honest.
No, you can't drop.
One more game.
I will buy low on all of your Allen Robinson shit.
You know what? You know what the problem is the fact that this coach is still talking about the Red Rifle and Foles and everybody.
Apparently, Andy Dalton's starting.
Exactly. And
No, but I don't even know if I hate that. Fields has been bad.
Fields didn't look terrible.
No,
Not
but,
this week, but he's still.
The one interception he threw, because I know you were on the teacups, it was tipped the line of scrimmage.
It's not the interceptions. It's that he's not processing the field as quickly as he needs to. Like doesn't look like Mac Jones, right? Mac Jones is reading the field really quick. He's making really good decisions. Fields isn't doing
They
that.
said he was dumb coming out of college.
I
Well,
know that
there-
was a big knock on him.
Yeah, it's rude. I wouldn't
But it is-
disagree.
that's what
I
it
wouldn't
is.
Well, like
disagree.
his Wonderlic test score was bad. I'm
Yeah.
pretty positive.
But you know who else Wonderlic score wasn't good? Tom Brady's.
A lot of people are. It doesn't mean much.
It doesn't mean a
I mean,
damn
I'm
thing.
not taking that test, but I think he's not.
We should make Mike take that test.
If we could get a version of that, I'd love to
Have you
see
ever
that.
did like they used to have like it on Madden?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you're
yeah,
right.
back
they
in the
did.
day.
They did on
I had no
great.
idea what they're asking.
Yeah.
Of course.
If there's 3 children and 2 leave the house, what happens? I have no idea.
You just lost 2 children.
You know, that's the stupid question.
Oh my
Like-
god.
Darnell Mooney seems to be the one to own if what's his name keeps playing quarterback.
Fields,
position.
yeah.
Thank you.
5 for 125 last week. 7
I think
for
he's
He's
just
out
more-
targeting him.
Yeah.
He's more athletic, and when Fields, goes outside the pocket, runs, I think Mooney is just able to capitalize on his breakup of plays.
I agree, and I do think that the Raiders tighten it up on the ground. Austin Eckler's just real tough to beat.
Dude, those one-handed pull-ups he was doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He does it all the time.
That's like
Yeah.
absurd. I know he's small, so it's a little easier.
You never
but-
seen the video of him? He does it and he reads a book.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That was last year's.
Yeah, he's a monster.
I do have Mooney as my start of the week.
That's good for you.
I want to let everybody know that because he doesn't do any stuff to Cincinnati.
No, because I'm getting shafted.
Shafted, 1 pick. Wow.
Next, Browns versus the Chargers. Eckler does look like he's playing the best football of his life.
Healthy.
Mike Williams, on the other hand, throws up a dud in a much-needed spot, right, Mike?
I'm dropping him this week.
Yeah, well, that's a bad idea. I'll gladly pick him
I'll
up.
gladly take him. Are you
I
kidding
can't. He's
me?
11th round keeper.
Yeah.
You gonna keep that guy after what he just did to you?
No, now I'm trading him off. Highest bidder.
Poor Nick Chubb owners last week. Kareem Hunt vultured a touchdown from Chubb on near the goal line. They had like 12 tries to get into the end zone on that. I don't know if you guys remember last year's play where Nick Chubb had 4 downs to get in, and on 4th down they had like a defensive holding and got a whole new set of downs.
Yeah,
and
I
they
remember
couldn't get it.
this.
Same shit happened this week. And then on the second try, they're like, "Fuck it, we're putting Kareem Hunt in," and he scores a touchdown, no problem. It's always a worry when it comes to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You never
feel
know
like
who's getting the ball.
Kareem Hunt is just looks better, getting more snaps. I don't know the snap ratio, but I think Kareem Hunt is winning.
No,
Nick Chubb is definitely
no
winning.
way.
I felt like every time I turned on the game,
Maybe
It was Kareem Hunt.
Hunt was on the field a lot last week, but not nearly. He wasn't
Definitely
used.
his last game, no?
nearly enough.
I'm,
Nearly as
I'm
much as
double
Big John.
checking now, but
The answer's no.
I can't
I
imagine.
don't trust you.
So snap counts. Oh, this is targets. My fault. Just continue on until I pull it up.
Okay, make sure. I thought you were gonna have it in 3 seconds.
I did. And
We gotta get
the
you
wrong
better
thing.
at this job. The Browns struggled on offense.
It was a good matchup.
It was a really good matchup for them. They struggled. Do you think they bounced back this week against a tougher defense?
No.
So you think that it's just
I think
they're just
Chargers
not that
just
good?
embarrassed this team.
Ooh.
I'll give you
Just
credit, Mike.
straight.
You're right.
I am right because I
Hunt
watched the game.
outsnapped them 41-37, but on the season, Chubbs outsnapped them by 18.
I said this game.
Yeah, you're right. This
Oh, I
game
thought you
too.
said for the season.
No,
Oh,
this past game,
sorry.
but I felt like Kareem's definitely had the better year.
Sorry.
He
I
has more
apologize.
touchdowns.
That means
He's
a
more
better year.
versatile.
He's a better runner.
No, not like that.
That's what
Jared Cook
Jared Cook what?
on the Chargers looks real strong. Looks real strong.
You guys shit on me for Jared Cook last year.
Last year, sure.
Yeah,
this
last
year,
year
this
is
year is different.
Because last year he was projected to be a top 8 tight end. This year he's gonna be a top tight end,
And
and you're gonna have to
everybody wrote him off this year.
Yeah.
There's too many sides. There's too many options on this offense. Still getting all the looks. Still running great routes.
The problem is Herbert's so good that he's just throwing to the right person every time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I want to talk about how Eckler is being used because I think
Perfectly.
they're using Roundtree perfectly to complement Eckler because Eckler is just not taking the beat. I mean, I don't know how many carries he had, but it was efficient carries.
Yeah.
And Roundtree had maybe 10 carries on the night and just took the beating, and then Eckler was like, all right, let me hit the hole.
Yeah. No, I love Larry Roundtree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love Larry Roundtree.
I can't even find it. Never mind.
I said it was the first week in preseason. The second week, I was like, Larry Roundtree, somebody's got to own him. Somebody deserves to own
It's
him.
every year there's a backup tight end. I mean, backup running back coming from the Chargers.
Yep.
11 carries. Yeah. You're right.
11 carries, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was efficient. It was 11.
11 for 31.
It gave Eckler a breather, and then Eckler obviously just icing on the cake.
Yeah, and unlike Joshua Kelly and Justin Jackson, he's actually talented and can run the ball and can find the hole.
He runs straight. That's the good part. He gets his
Yeah.
4 yards, 5 yards.
but he
he-
finds the hole.
Yeah.
Whereas the other two, they just bounce around.
Jackson likes to bounce it out. There was a couple of plays Jackson had, and they tried to do some trickery like roundabouts with Allen, and it just ended up being tackle for loss.
Next up, Michael's Giants versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh, baby. Ooh.
Kadarius Toney breakout game, yes or no?
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
'Cause I think so.
I don't know. This defense has actually been pretty decent.
They haven't been.
Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah.
Just a monster.
It's literally been Diggs and that's it.
Parsons. Not in the secondary, just Parsons
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Parsons is just an animal. We knew that.
He's a stud. Any position. He could play corner. Be lockdown corner.
He needs to lose a couple pounds to that.
He would. He would. If you asked
He
him, he would do
stinks
it.
in coverage. He's good at sacking people.
I don't think this is a Tony breakout game.
I think so. I think it's gonna be my start of the week.
I think you see Russ a lot more. Ross, I mean.
Ross.
Not Russ. I think you see
over
Ross.
the top deep
Wasn't
shots.
he on the Giants last year?
No, first year.
I thought he was.
He was
last
still on
year.
Cincy.
Who'd they had a speedster last year too, though.
Slayton.
No, someone else.
I wasn't another small guy.
I'm just saying it because you can only throw the ball deep to John Ross so many times. And then
Well, they
outside
only
of that,
did- they only
Kadarius
threw
Toney's
it
the only
once.
other guy there.
Huh?
But Kadarius Toney's the only other guy there this week.
Galladay.
Yeah, Galladay stinks.
Galladay had
how
a
many
great
how many times are you gonna drop a
Galladay
ball?
had a great week. I don't know what you're
Finally.
talking about. Yeah, finally.
Finally.
Because of Ross and Tony, though.
Hmm.
Because they took the top off and let the slants happen to Galladay.
Tony plays underneath,
Tony can go over the top, too.
but he plays underneath.
See, the problem with this is if the Giants create plays with, like, if they create plays for him, if they don't, he's just not a good wide receiver at this point.
Yeah.
So they have to have an actual system for him, and I think Parsons just roaming out there is not good.
I think that you add in the fact that Urban Meyer wanted to draft Kadarius Toney makes me not really like him all that much.
That's true.
No, if he that slot position has been open when you go up against Dallas. You saw it last week. You know, it could be a massive Galladay game, but I just still worry that he's not on the same page as Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Can we talk about him?
He's a stud. Sometimes
He's been great.
this year so far he's been great, but he hasn't really played a lot of great talent.
There's a guy I follow on YouTube, really good at breaking down film. This guy Brett, I think it's Colliman. He was saying he thinks Daniel Jones is the next Ryan Tannehill, where he's like he'll just never succeed with the Giants, but then he's gonna go somewhere else and be really good. But he thinks Jones is actually like a respectable football player.
And did you immediately unfollow him?
I thought about it. I considered it when I heard that opinion.
Let's put it this way:
I don't hate that take.
if Daniel Jones went to Miami, they would be a playoff team.
He's Lamar Light.
I don't hate that at all.
They would
would
be a playoff
be
team.
honest with you. Don't hate that at all.
Lamar
Especially
Light.
with those wide receivers and that offensive line.
Lamar Light. We're throwing that around way too much nowadays.
You say about my guy?
I said he's Lamar Light, Lamar Jackson Light. He's fast.
He's running for his life. He's not doing it on a. He's not doing it
but
on an option play.
If he's on Miami, they're in the playoffs.
Waddle's
winning Rookie of the Year.
That's a
a
bold
hot
statement.
take.
That's a hot take. Kyle Pitts still got 14 weeks left.
You're banking on it so bad. Not gonna happen, buddy.
Yeah, I have a future base on that, man. I don't have a choice. I have to keep
It's the
hoping.
fastest money you lost.
No, that's not true. Are you worried about CeeDee Lamb?
Not yet.
No.
Tough scene, huh?
It was 1 week.
Two
Okay.
weeks in a row.
So now let's kick it back to Mr. Amari Cooper's my love and soul.
Amari had a touchdown last week.
Amari's
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah, but
He's probably not playing this week.
Famous last words, though. He said it's a hamstring.
He
He
was hurt.
I'm
He was
calling
hurt last
bullshit.
week. He was hurt last week. I think he plays again.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
You're fine? You think he's fine, CD? Not worried?
I'm
not
not
worried yet.
8
No.
targets, 2 weeks?
I'm more worried.
No.
They need to have Prescott throw the ball 50 times every game.
Why? They win and run.
I don't like him when
No.
Zeke's eating.
That was
I don't
more.
like
That
it.
was more of a matchup thing,
If
especially
Pollard-
last week.
If Pollard is in, I like it, but if Zeke's in, I just don't like that fucking gerbil.
Yeah, it was more of a matchup thing, if anything. Similar to this week, Giants are garbage against the tight end.
Oh yeah, Zoltz or whatever you say his name.
Schultz.
Schultz.
It's clearly Schultz.
Dalton Schultz.
Zoltan.
Schultz is what I thought Blake Jarwin was going to be last year.
But that's what I thought Blake
So
Jarwin was going to be
terrible.
this year.
I think Schultz was a high draft pick too.
Yeah, no, he's
Like third round pick.
Was it fourth?
Giants, like I said, fifth worst against tight ends. They're averaging 1 full touchdown a game to tight ends. Not good.
Too slow.
That's the only team that has more than 1.
Who have they played? Who they gave up a touchdown to last week? Trotman?
No, they gave it up to Juwan Johnson.
Well, technically, Taysom Hill had 2 touchdowns too.
He qualifies as a quarterback.
Oh. They didn't give a touchdown to Kyle Pitts.
No,
We locked that shit up.
I'm just
Gave it up to that dude,
give you the facts that are in front of me.
Zacharias and Lee Smith. Jesus Christ.
That was horrible.
Fucking Lee Smith got a touchdown.
The best
brutal.
blocking tight end in the league.
He's good.
This could be a good game.
49ers Arizona.
No, that too, but Giants Dallas, I think it's gonna be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a good game because I think Giants are gonna play their heart out.
And just lose.
I mean, I predict them to lose too.
Next up, 49ers versus Arizona. Trey Lance gonna start this game, or is Jimmy G?
Trey Lance is destined. Jimmy G has a
Yeah,
calf injury.
it's calf. I don't know
You
why
don't
I
even
wrote
need
ankle.
a calf. You don't.
That's what we call the hottest take on earth.
You need a thigh and some Achilles. That's it.
Like, I want you to do me a favor.
If
Look
you
at
s-
this table. Look down at your leg.
It's a fucking monster.
That too,
I thought you were talking about my dick.
but definitely not.
It was too easy.
It's low hanging fruit. I
He
get
said,
it.
"Let's look underneath the table."
That's
Let's look.
Your Achilles is connected to what?
The calf.
bone.
Oh, the calf.
The bone.
The calf. Wow,
says
shocker.
the
You need
bone.
that. Definitely need that. You ever pull a calf muscle? I have.
These
Don't
things are
feel
so
good.
I honestly have huge.
That's
calves.
fucking jello. Jello everywhere.
I can out squat you with 1 foot.
Oh, this is relevant because Jimmy G's got the calf injury.
Can we admit that? I'll out squat you in 1 foot.
That's fair.
All right, good.
You're 4 inches off the ground, so difference doesn't make.
Trey Lance is playing. This is destined. This is their future. This was planned.
Yep, and if it wasn't for Jamal, I don't know how to guard and coverage Adams. Debo would not have had that massive touchdown. I've never seen somebody more wide open in my life.
Trey Lance can't throw a football. I've been saying it since.
Yeah, it was a terrible throw to a guy who is
butt naked.
less than butt naked.
I don't like this comment like this hamstring that he always does.
Because he always does.
Who always has a hamstring?
Debo always dealing with a hamstring. You think he's be able to keep up the pace?
Yes.
I don't think so. I left it
not
currently
with
right.
Trey Lance. If Trey Lance is in there, you're hoping for one of these broken coverages again.
I think Trey Lance can still just, with that one deep pass to him.
He could hit one pass out of 20.
That's all he needs. Because no one else on that wide receiver corp is
That's
doing
what we
anything.
call boom or bust, Mike.
I didn't say Debo wasn't a boom or
This
bust.
segment of Boom or Bust.
It's been bothering me all week.
Chase Edmunds is the steal of the draft.
Right? He's one of the steals of the draft. Shout out to you, Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want him, but I had no
Yeah,
choice.
I know.
Yeah.
You're like,
And you
didn't
fucking
play him.
guy.
I didn't play him. That was, it
Yeah.
didn't matter anyway. I lost, but
He had a good week. He's going to continue to have good weeks. And what's happening with James Conner is exactly what I told everybody was going to happen.
Touchdowns.
vulture.
Touchdown
Just
vulture.
touchdown vulture.
He's going to be playable week in, week out, just if he falls into the end zone.
It's funny.
Yeah.
He's averaging like 2.7 yards a carry, and he's all he can do is run in the end zone.
Yeah.
I think if Chase Edmonds doesn't get like the touchdown, like a 15-yard touchdown from the red zone, I think he goes to
Yeah.
what's his name?
What's
Who?
his name?
Connor?
Connor?
Yeah, well, he's the red zone back.
Yeah.
He's the fat guy.
Chase just gets all the.
I will
the
say,
receptions.
James Conner's on the field. I don't know the actual numbers. I watched the whole game, but I know I haven't watched every second of every
It's
Arizona
probably like
snap.
56.
But he was on the field
40,
a lot.
46.
A lot more than I thought he was.
Probably 46%.
33 carries. 33 snaps, and Chase Edmonds saw 52.
Okay.
So,
But it's
right,
still,
that's
that's still
fair.
a lot.
That's
a lot.
Yeah, that's 46%.
That's more than I thought.
He averages 29
It's not
snaps.
46%.
Yeah, he averages 29 snaps a game.
That's more usage than I thought he would. It's very interesting. Kyler's going to win MVP. No doubt about it.
As long as he doesn't get injured.
Why you got to put that juju out
He's been
there?
injured every year when we say that. He should have been
What?
MVP
This is
last
his
year.
second
Every
year.
When has he been hurt?
He
been
just,
banged
like,
up.
He had the shoulder thing last year.
Yeah,
He had
that's
the
what I'm
shoulder
saying.
thing last
He
year.
was banged
And
up.
then
He played.
before that, he had a
He
foot
played, but
injury.
he didn't look great.
Yeah. It wasn't MVP form.
He was a
That's
shoulder injury away from being the #1 fantasy football player last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's insane. I forget all the stats on it, but like his
It-
fantasy stats are ridiculous.
You don't need stats to know he's,
He did have a great week against me, and I should have won.
but you didn't. Going into the 8:00 game, Buffalo versus Kansas City. This could be back-to-back weeks that Buffalo has a revenge game. Back-to-back weeks.
I'm trying to remember their revenge game.
This is a massive game for them.
Yeah. This is their biggest game of the year.
They have to win this.
Mm-hmm.
If you get beat bad by Kansas City again, just mail in the city.
Kansas City has to win this game as well.
Yeah, they
can't
if,
lose another
If they
game.
lose this game, they're probably not making playoffs.
No, they'll still make
They'll
it.
be
it's too
4
early.
games back of the division already.
That's true.
I think the Chargers might win that division. They're really good.
I mean, I have the Cardinals.
I think Chargers win the division as long as Bosa's there.
I had the
Bosa
Cardinals
gets
win the
hurt,
division.
I think that
Division.
team's
The Cardinals aren't in the AFC West.
I'm sorry. Thinking something
Chargers.
else.
fucking
Yep, sorry.
dumbass.
Chargers.
I think Chargers, as long as Bosa's there, I think they win the division.
Fantasy wise, anything. I mean, everything's kind of obvious.
Everything's on play.
Yes.
Everything.
What do you mean? Clyde coming on. It's coming on
Yeah.
strong. 2 back-to-back 100-yard games.
Yeah.
Not this game.
What's his name? Darrell Williams? Darrell Williams? How do you say his name?
They're
He was
all
on the
in.
field a lot.
Yeah, he was trying to steal a goal line.
He was doing a lot of work from Allaire last week.
Was he? Let's see.
But Clyde's just efficient.
Yeah, 24 out of the 24 snaps, and Clyde at 35. That's not good. I don't like seeing that. That's a
Hate
lot.
that.
But he did nothing with him.
Doesn't matter if he does nothing. He's on there.
And guess what?
Taking work away from
If I
Allaire.
could bench Clyde, I would, but I can't. So
You might as well at this point. Your team stinks. Buffalo's the 4th best run defense through the first 4 weeks, only allowing 68 yards per game. It's not a great matchup.
Nope.
Someone asked the DMs, and I'm only saying it instead of DM dumpsters because they said, "Do I start Allen Robinson or Emmanuel Sanders?" It's like we've came to this point where we don't know what to do with Allen Robinson. That we're questioning Emmanuel Sanders over.
The worst part is, if that was like 3 years ago, it's still a tough question.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still a tough question. But to answer that question, I'm going to Emmanuel Sanders.
That's what I told him because he has Josh Allen. I was like, might as well just pair it.
Yeah. No, everybody's playable. I do think it could be another Dawson Knox week. Kansas City 8th worst versus the tight end.
8th worst is not saying that much, but
It's 3 points out from being the worst.
but it's a lot.
That's not a lot.
Fantasy for tight ends, it is.
Okay. Monday night game.
Monday night.
Colts versus Ravens. Everybody. Hollywood Brown. I think we did some good juju to this guy. He finally caught a touchdown.
I told you guys last week though. He's coming on strong this year.
He's
not
coming on
injured.
strong. He dropped five touchdowns this week
I mean,
before.
All right, but he's had one bad performance in 4 games.
Yeah.
take it.
Fantasy wise. I'm not talking about. in real
Okay,
life.
fantasy wise.
It's better than Ruggs.
No,
Okay.
Ruggs week in, week out's been pretty solid though. He's not boom or bust like Maurice Brown is.
At least he gets featured. That's all I gotta say. The deep balls keep going his way. He's in your flex until that stops happening, and it's only gonna get better when Bateman does come back.
Well, he was, but was
he
he
didn't play.
active? He didn't play.
He didn't play.
Okay.
He was taken off of IR, but he didn't. He's a little bitch.
Yeah.
I read another report that wrote him as 6'2", and I laughed. I was like, I can't even take your whole article serious. You beat writer.
Yeah, he's small.
He's not 6'6". 6'2", I mean.
Crazy.
6'2". He's 5'11" at
Not
best.
even with
It
cleats.
lists him 6'1" on Wikipedia.
He's not even with cleats.
He's not.
Not even with cleats.
Latavius Murray looked better than anybody else that they
Oh
ran out there.
yeah, forgot to mention this. Your boy Tyshawn Williams,
Let me get
healthy
to it.
scratch.
Let me get to it.
Tell me.
They scratched him for Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
Did Bell look good at all?
I think he only had 3 carries.
Looked terrible.
I mean, you're not going to do anything with 3 carries.
They used to do a whole lot with 3 carries back in the day.
No shit, Sherlock.
Just saying.
Back in the day.
Tyshawn Williams, was it week 1? Had like 15 yards on 3 carries. He didn't.
Guess what? I'm sorry. And I traded for him. He's done.
I'm not giving up hope yet. I think that this is just the Ravens trying to figure out who they're going to be bring along the rest of the season.
I like to say sorry to myself. I bought into his stupidness. Said,
We'll see.
this guy is the guy. And I'm like, nope. They signed Bell. They signed Williams. No, he's still the guy. He had one good fucking week. He can't pass protect. He doesn't know the plays. He's dog water. And I shouldn't have traded for him.
I said it since the beginning. It was Latavius Murray's job. They just needed to give him time to get used to the playbook.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm giving him one more week.
You don't need to
If
be
he's
on the
not
roster.
active, then drop him. Just like your Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna say, oh, I'm sorry, because fuck you. Jonathan Taylor looked good last week. You still happy for him? Happy to
No.
own him? You
No.
still trying to move him?
I'm moving him.
I'd
I'm
move him
moving
too,
him.
as fast as you can. Sell whatever you can.
Especially with the offensive line so banged up.
Mm-hmm.
That Miami rush defense is terrible. They gave 111 yards to Peyton Barber. It was a no-brainer that Jonathan Taylor was going to rush for 100 yards.
Yeah. I have nothing on the Colts. I don't think that they're a very good football team.
There's nothing to really talk about.
No.
That's it.
You want to go into where we were right, where we were wrong? Because I was wrong on everything.
I was right on everything.
That's not true.
What was I wrong on? Joe Green.
You're wrong on 2 players.
I don't remember.
I'll pull it up.
Okay.
But if you remember where you're right, you can talk about that.
I was right everywhere.
All right, so you were right about Sam Darnold. You had
Bang.
number 2 quarterback on the day. You were
Yeah, that
wrong
was
about Allen Robinson.
Low hanging fruit.
Allen Robinson was not good.
No, he's dog water. He's in the bench. He's never coming out of the bench.
Jamar Chase had 13 fantasy points. I don't know if you'd be right.
It wasn't right. It wasn't
right. Aaron Jones, you're right about. He was terrible. Had 10 fantasy points.
right. AJ Dillon, thank you.
Brandon Cooks was terrible. You're right about that. And then Devin Singletary, which, I mean, Yeah.
Come on.
He's a top 30 ranked running back.
Yeah,
I'll
He's
give it
starting
to you.
lineup.
I'm giving it to you because he's the leader in snap count
You
on the
fucking
team.
put the goddamn Browns quarterback as Baker Mayfield. I don't want to hear shit coming out of your corner. All right, next.
I don't hear anything.
Let's start with our studs.
Wait. Do you want to go over Billy's real quick? Or no?
You really want to go over his?
Well,
let's go
We
over
can put it over. We can put it this way because I had Miles Sanders. It was the right matchup, wrong player.
Use check.
Juszczyk had 8 points.
8 points. Najee Harris you're right. Saquon was amazing, so that was not a good call.
Saquon was terrible for 3 quarters and 9 minutes.
Guess what? I was wrong with Gibson just because of one catch. So I don't hear shit.
Zeke, you were wrong about.
Yeah, Zeke I was wrong about. That's fine.
Michael Pittman.
But
You have
Zeke,
to be
I
better.
had to change Zeke because you wouldn't let me have Damien Harris.
Because you can't pick a player twice in a row. It's simple.
According to your bullshit rules, Mike.
Let's make the rules obvious for everybody that plays the game. Rule number 1: we can't have the same pick.
It's stupid.
Rule number 2:
rules are stupid in this.
no, this is a competition. Rule number 2: you cannot pick the same player twice. That's it. It's not that hard.
Oh, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row.
Like, it's so dumb.
2
It
weeks
was,
in a
such, it
row.
was such a clear sit. The guy had -1 rushing yards as a starting running back, getting
No
12
one was
carries.
starting him.
He's your starting running back, Mike. You're fucking insane. Like I
He's
complained
mad he
about it all
went 1
weekend.
and 5.
I could care less.
You
because
went 2 and 4. Thank you.
people lost their fantasy season because of that. Because of that. I want you to know that. You
Go for the-
costed somebody a week, just like
no,
you
because
lost.
I would have never told them to play Damien Harris.
I didn't have a choice.
Bucks.
We've gone over this in a
Okay.
private group chat. People just look at the Instagram and they're like, "Oh, I should start this guy. I should sit this guy." No recollection. Nobody watched the full episode. We know this.
Let's go over this.
Watch the full episode.
Okay. You had a choice to pick another player. Why you picked the wrong player?
So I had my reasoning for that one player, and that was it. That was my sit.
All right, let's go. Studs and Guds.
I don't have anything for you.
You don't have anything?
I'm working on
go
it as
through-
we speak.
Go through yours, Mike.
Go through yours, Mike.
Stud number 1. Rams. Jefferson. Bounce
Van
back.
Jefferson?
Van Jefferson.
I like that.
He's going to be a top 15 wide receiver this week. He's going to get deep balls. He's going to have touchdowns. That's all you need. Number 2.
Oh boy.
Hollywood Brown going against the Colts. Colts secondaries, garbage. Play action. Hopefully Bateman's back. Take a little bit of coverage off of him. Hollywood Brown, definitely play. Mooney against the Raiders. Okay? I'm starting all good players that shouldn't be in your lineup. You got to play these guys. Mooney. Fields is going to be running from his life from this pass rush from the Raiders. Must start. He's going to have a breakout game. Well, second breakout game. Do you want your studs? Or you want me to continue?
Go.
Duds. Oh, I see yours. Duds. Gainwell and Sanders. Either one. Both are going to be garbage. I don't care which one it is. Going against Panthers. Clyde Edwards-Helaire versus the Bills. We've already said it. They're garbage. I own them. I'm not sitting them because I don't have another running back. And I also have Gainwell. So I have to play him. Kyle Pitts. He's dog water. I don't have.
Yeah, I like that.
He's just garbage.
I
Going
think
against the Jets. If there was a game that he was going to play, go against, why not have it in London? But he's not.
I think I might steal that one from you. I really like that.
You want me to change it? You
No.
want me to change it to benefit you?
No, I said I might steal it from you. Because you said we can have the same players. Right?
Well,
I said I didn't care if you had the same
I
players.
do whatever you want.
Okay.
Whatever has you positive.
Okay.
Whatever.
Because I'm always positive.
Oh, you're always positive.
Positive.
How about that fucking fantasy record, you moron? Go to the DM
Some say
dumpster
it's
while
a
I get my
glitch.
sits.
Your DM dumpster?
Yeah, while I
Alright,
go into the
let's-
sits.
So let's jump into the DM dumpster. Ton of questions from this week. I'll try to pull 5 or 6 of the best ones. Who would you rather have, Calvin Ridley or Cordarrelle Patterson?
That's a serious question.
That's a
I'm
serious
still going
question.
Ridley.
From @A_Andres27.
Remember when we said Ridley was going to be the best wide receiver this year?
Brutal.
Yikes. Talk about
I mean, all right.
Julio Jones.
Do I have to
taking
answer
coverage.
that one?
I mean, is there an answer there? For you?
This week, or is it in general?
I think this is in general.
I don't know.
I-
I don't know. That's my answer. Is I don't know. Anything I think I know about the Falcons is just wrong. So,
I think this week I'm going with Sid Patterson. I think Jets are better against the run. So
I can tell you right now, 60% of the questions in here are all Cordell Patterson related.
Why?
Literally, someone said,
Why? Why do you hate us?
so do I trade Calvin Ridley for Cordarrelle Patterson and Deontay Johnson?
yes.
I'm sorry, what?
This guy said, do I trade Calvin Ridley for Cordarrelle Patterson and Deontay Johnson
Yes.
in PPR?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's an easy yes.
Johnson PPR god. He's gonna have 150
As long as
catches.
Have
he
you
stays
just
healthy.
lost faith in Ridley being that top 5 wide receiver? Is that why you're so quick to give
I'm
up on
high
him?
enough on Deontay, and then hopefully Patterson can just keep up the
Maintain.
momentum.
Just maintain.
And if he has a down week, just sell it off as, oh, he was playing in London and just trade him away for something else.
That's what I would do. Double
That's-
trade.
Yeah.
This is a good question.
It's before they even play on Sunday.
Solo Wit asks, should I trade DK Metcalf for Justin Jefferson? That's a tough one.
Should I trade
I don't-
for or trade?
Trade DK Metcalf for Justin Jefferson.
It's pretty even.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty even trade.
I wouldn't have. I just.
I go with the team that's got the worst secondary and the better quarterback, so I'm gonna keep DK.
That's a tough call.
It's
I
it's
honestly-
it's
it
a
doesn't
call
matter.
I wouldn't make.
You
Honestly.
might get more consistent play out of Justin Jefferson than you will.
Yes, I think he gets more receptions
Tough
on
call.
the year.
So I guess overall consensus is
Cordell Patterson's really good at
call.
football.
Yeah, Cordell. I'm not even look at these questions. Do I sell Cordell Patterson or keep and hope he keeps up the good production?
Sell it.
Yeah, we kind of went over it. We would sell it, I think, overall. Although Billy's kind of on the fence. He thinks he could continue it.
I don't know. I just don't know.
Start Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, or Cortland Sutton this week.
I'm off Cortland Sutton for the rest of my life after what he did to me
Who's the
this
first
weekend.
one?
Allen Robinson.
I'm off Allen Robinson.
Yeah, I'm
too.
off that.
The middle one?
And then Chris Godwin.
Oh yeah, Chris Godwin's fine. You're gonna he's in your line, but you gotta start him.
I hate all of them. Just
I
cut
don't
all
like
three.
any of them.
If you have all three, that's horrible. If you have all three, you want to know why? Because that means you have no other wide receivers.
I'll take two more here. Russell Wilson or Jalen Hurts this week.
Russell Wilson.
That's both tough matchups.
I really hate Jalen Hurts' matchup this week against the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the
Best-
rush defense.
Best rush defense, but
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson plays on Thursday night against the Rams.
I think that you're just hoping that the Rams blow it up so that Wilson just has to keep cooking.
He's gonna have to regardless, man. They're not gonna be able to run the ball.
Yep, that's fair.
And last one here. Will Mike ever financially recover from losing to Jesse? I guess you can guess who asked that question.
Yeah, shit on you, fucking idiot.
Let's just say, Jesse, you won't be on the league next year.
That's
Bang!
that ain't from Jesse.
I don't care.
Oh, that was too easy.
That
All right, I've got my studs.
Yeah, I just want to say that.
Finally.
Dumpster, and let's go back to Billy for the studs.
Kenny Galladay going against the Giants. Mike has convinced me.
Going
that-
against the Giants?
I've been going against
The
Dallas,
Cowboys.
going against the Cowboys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mike convinced me that it's not a Tony thing; it's a Galladay thing. Dawson Knox. I'm gonna be on the Dawson Knox train until further notice. Like I said, Kansas City, not great against the tight ends.
8th.
It's not great.
I'm just saying. That's what you're.
We
it's
just
eighth.
went over the game a minute ago.
Yeah.
And Marvin Jones, I just think that he's the only receiver on that team, and he's just going to continue to see targets. As far as my sit goes, Chase Edmunds against the 49ers defense, I think it's a tough
It's a
matchup.
loss.
Well, it's probably a loss, Mike.
It's definitely.
But I don't
a
want
loss.
to play this stupid fucking game anymore. Henry Ruggs, I don't think he's going to find that deep threat this week. And Jameson Crowder going into London.
Why?
Going into London, mate.
That's
London,
another,
mate.
That's another loss.
That's not a loss, mate. Those games are always like 14-7, mate.
You can have 10 catches and still be a.
Come on, mate.
So they're really playing at 9:30 Eastern.
9:30 Eastern.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, that ain't great. Give it to me.
6:30 Western time.
Coming off an injury, he's
Pacific
probably
time.
still a little swollen on that big plane ride. I don't like it.
Oh, you want to bet on it?
We're not betting on things, Mike. You already owe me 2 steak dinners.
Well, that does it for everything.
Yeah,
That's a wrap.
that's a wrap. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like, follow, subscribe, send all your condolences to Mike's fantasy
Please,
season.
it'll make me happy.
Read the articles. Articles coming out every week. Benediagonal, Fade Morgan to the death of him. I'm giving out my picks each and every week, and I'm pretty decent so far. NFL's tough to gamble on, guys. Let's just say that. Until
Bet
next,
the teaser, everybody.
yeah, bet the teaser. Teaser
Bet
3
the
and 0.
teaser.
Teaser, weekly teasers 3 and 0. That's it. We'll see you fuckers next week.